Hi, Leo. Welcome to Higher Source Tarot for a tarot and oracle card reading for all Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We are going to start off today with a Sacred Destiny Oracle card. You have the card of action here. So if you have some great idea or something even you've been procrastinating a little bit on, it's time to take some action. And especially too, a couple weeks ago, I did a different kind of a reading on a Wednesday, and I mentioned that I had a dream about it. And I just felt compelled to do it. It's some of those things where we just can't seem to stop thinking about it. Maybe time to apply some action and see how things go. But let's consult the tarot now. See what else you can find out here. All right, general reading followed up by an Angel Answers Oracle card reading. Well, you've got the Five of Cups, the Hermit, the Page of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Fool. Well, I feel like it's time to take that leap of faith. Now, I like all the yellow in the background. Even with the Seven of Swords, the yellow in the background indicates warmth. You have it 4 different times, half the reading here. But I feel like you have a new opportunity. I'm liking this, actually, with this Page of Pentacles and the Fool and the Ten of Cups. I feel like somebody here has a new opportunity or an offer, and it may make others around you feel a bit sad or even a bit jealous. Now, if it's something to do with love, I feel like you're going to move on into that Ten of Cups state of mind. And it's like, look, I waited for you, and this is you left me sitting there waiting. I have time to move on. But I feel like with this, you're going to be starting a new cycle. It just feels easier and lighter. I feel like, too, you're going to have information about someone. And you may not take any specific direct action against the person, but I feel like it may change how you view them, where your relationship stands with them. And if it's something to do with work, it may also inspire you to move if that's the case. Because with this Five of Cups, this is disappointment. If you were passed over for something, or even if you were left out, like other people went off to a show or they went off to dinner and they didn't tell you about it, and you found out later that there was a small gathering and you weren't included. It may have felt like this socially, but I feel like you're going to move on to better things. And honestly, it may be too, if the person who organized it didn't invite you, there may be a little bit of jealousy. Like, I feel like there's something there that just feels a bit uncomfortable. And really, it's like, we're not here to grovel to be included in somebody's social functions, right? And so with this 5, it's like, it's good to know where you stand sometimes. And just to know, like, this is just that kind of an acquaintance. It's not really a friend. It's more like an acquaintance. But I wouldn't stay here too long, because I feel like you're lively, you're energetic, you're fun-loving, you're a great person to have as keeping company with. And I feel like, too, if you just continue to move forward, you may find that that person, you have more and more distance between the two of you, that it's just not really, it's almost more trouble to try to be close to them and more challenge. But with the Hermit energy too, this is also a card of solitude. It's going inward for the answers, meditating, quieting the mind, and really understanding yourself on a deeper level. But with this Hermit energy, it brings in balance, that lantern that guides you through the night. It's higher wisdom. And so I keep getting, like, if you've had dreams about something, paying attention to those, really opening yourself up. It is a card that tells us life can be more complicated than you realized. So there may be something that comes to light. He shines that inner light. And what that will do for you, if you can align with the energy of the Hermit, part of it is, the old saying that what others think about me is none of my business, but it will also help you connect with people that are a match. So especially if there was something a bit off socially in your life, I feel like with this Hermit, you're not going to be worried about it. And so mentors, teachers, people come in that help you along the way, that help you to move yourself along this path of your higher destiny. It can be a time too where you're being called to a higher calling. You have there's deeper meaning in your life. And it also may be a transition, especially if you did get left out of something, that it's just guidance. Because if you're included, then we don't leave, do we? even if we hate it. Sometimes we just keep going along with it and going, well, they invited me, or well, I got the promotion, I guess I'll stay. And it's like, even though I hate this, okay, it's like that. It reminds me, I've mentioned this in a different sign, the movie Office Space. If you've never seen that, it's kind of an old classic from the 90s. But the main character, gets a promotion and he still hates his job. He wants nothing to do with it. And so it's kind of a funny, quirky film, but I feel like there's something about that, knowing what's a fit and what's right for you and what's just not. And so I feel like with this, you're going to keep moving forward. You seek those who shine the light in a way that you wish to shine, okay? Or you shine so brightly that you attract people. Because you know how we say this, the people that you spend, the 5 people that you spend the most time with, you become the most like subconsciously. And so we want to monitor that. We want to be aware of it. We want to have people who have bright lights around us, that don't feel threatened by you, that don't feel jealous by you. And now I feel like you do have a new offer. So if you for some reason got left out of something, I feel like with this Page of Pentacles, it's right on time. This is good news about money, by the way, too. So for some, if you had even misread a bill, or you read something and you then found it was adjusted later and adjusted down, we like that when they're like, oh, we made a mistake. You actually don't owe that much. But with this too, he's also the lifelong learner. So this also too can be a sign in terms of a job for the long haul, where you get more certification, and guess who pays for it? Your employer. Okay, this is not you having to fund your own education. I feel like it does something for you. It's just the beginning for you. So with this Page of Pentacles, I also want to say too, you'll be very highly appreciated. So if you felt a bit, I heard the word rejected. I feel like we're leaving that behind. It just doesn't seem right anyway. And so with this Page of Pentacles, you're going to find that people think you're fun. They want to be around you. They want to include you. And so sometimes the universe just gives us a little push. Okay, it just gives us a little forward momentum in the right direction. And I feel like you're going to connect with this sooner than later if you haven't already. Now, if it's a relationship, you have somebody who's really going to appreciate you. I think that if there are things about you that are unique and those little quirks that we all have, it's somebody who will really find it amusing and funny and want you to just be you. They want that inner light to shine. They don't compete with you. They're not trying to hold you back in any way. And if you have some idea, like you are thinking about starting some kind of social media platform, or you wanted to record a song or write a book or any of that kind of creative stuff that not everybody does, because if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. I feel like this person thinks it's great. And I honestly feel like they won't try to dig into it. Do you know what I mean by that? They won't ask you 20 questions. They won't try to play the devil's advocate. They'll just be like, cool, that's amazing. And they'll keep it in the right frame of reference. So it just feels right. And so with this 3 of Wands, move forward. Okay, this is saying you're in the beginning of a process. You're starting. Here's where your ships are coming in. And it may have been a long wait. You have it here too, these cards of waiting. So especially if it has been a little bit painful with that 5 of Cups, at the waiting, like you're in a place that's been a little uncomfortable with people around you, I feel like you're just right at the place where it's time to change. And so the 3s are about multiplication and growth, but the Wands bring in enterprise, expansion, excitement. And with this 7 of Pentacles, money grows on trees. So I do feel like you're coming into more money. It may be unexpected. It may be in a place too. If you have been saying, I deserve a break. When is my lucky break going to be here? How about now? Okay, how about too, if you're finding little bits of money places, check that jacket before you donate. Although sometimes I think if I donate it, maybe that'd be even more of a gift. Imagine the excitement of whoever finds it, right? There's $10 or $20 in a jacket that somebody gets. So I do feel like with this, though, overall, you're also going to be finding that your roots are strong. That's what I heard, okay? So if there's been something along the way that you put a little chink in your armor, I just don't see it as being that important. And I want to tell you too, you see these 2 swords that he leaves behind? I feel like it's you and someone important, okay? Like it represents something here. He takes off with the swords. They have no choice. He's down, he's dirty, he's grimy, he's taking off. They don't really want to go, but they must. And I feel like whatever this is, there is going to be a separation between you and somebody that I feel like you're better off without anyway. That's just how I get it. they're not very trustworthy, they're not very secure, and they just seem to bring things down. So I feel like too, if you just kind of let it lay, you kind of let it go where it is. Again, if you weren't included in something, it's like you don't call and confront the Seven of Swords type. You just say, well, that's fine. I'll just, keep doing me and keep moving forward. And with that full energy, I'll tell you what, you have trust, enthusiasm, new beginnings, an exciting time, adventures await. I also feel like too, you'll end up, I feel like somebody here, if you don't get invited to something, you're going to end up in the same place with a different group of people. And so it's like, oh yeah, you're here too. Look at me. I got all these different people around me. And so I feel like with this, it sort of separates you in a way. It makes you feel free. There's freedom here. Now, in terms of anything new though, you are going to catch on eagerly. You have an eagerness about you here. So new beginnings, you're going to be like a little sponge soaking up information. And this is great because it's the vision, it's seeing life, it's being on a quest, it's going for it. So you may find too, you're not too interested in what other people are doing. You're more interested in your goals and where you're going. And in terms of relationships too, you have a wonderful energy here in terms of partnership, in terms of this is perfection. I mean, it really is. And so if you had something difficult that hurt your heart a little bit with the 10 of Cups, I don't see it being a long-lasting effect. I mean, this really is that rainbow after the storm. Even if it was a breakup and maybe some of your friend group went in the other direction, I feel like with that 10 of Cups, you're gonna be back in step. You're really gonna be in a good place there. So let's see what the angels have to offer to you today. Meditation brings answers. Okay, we know it does, especially when the Hermit appears. Get more information. So there may be something about that. You've got the card of romance. Look, I think you're not going to be worried about a thing. This hardly ever makes an appearance. You have it. So you may be meeting somebody. If you're with somebody, they're going to up their game a bit within the next few weeks. And you've got a yes. All right, good things are on the way for you, Leo. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.